this demonstration video, we'll see how smart applications from TTEC Digital enhance agent productivity within Genesis Cloud by quickly providing tools to detect and prevent fraud, as well as warning other agents to potential social engineering activity. Let's get started. As an agent, I'm already logged into the Genesis Cloud interface. I'm scheduled for training according to my workforce management schedule, but my supervisor has told me we're pretty busy right now. So would you please log back into the queue? And once I do, I'm receiving the next interaction I'm eligible for. I'll go ahead and answer this and dismiss the reminder for my training schedule. Now, as I'm on this interaction, this person is telling me they want to do a potentially risky transaction. It could be a wire transfer, an address change, maybe apply for a loan application. So I know I need to be on my best behavior. I'm going to go into our TTEC Digital Smart Applications. And as this screen comes up, you're going to see a lot of efficiencies I have to engage me as an agent to protect against fraud or suspicious activity. Now, as I've gone into this, the very first thing I see coming up on the screen is something called Trusted. Trusted is an integration that offers device level authentication. This is telling me the call may have been coming from a spoofed number. Please do not provide account information. Even though the person apparently authenticated through the IVR, I need to be on my best behavior and protect against fraud. As I look a little further down, I can see the display history popping up for me, indicating that for this particular member ID, there's been suspicious activity detected. This is where the threshold warnings are coming in for me right here on the screen. As I look on the right-hand side in the call analysis section, I see other indications that Trusted has indicated that there is something about this number that is not good. It's been spoofed, maybe it's been recently ported. There could be a number of things. And these color codings are sort of like a stoplight. Where green means good, the number is actually associated with the device it's calling from. It could be orange or yellow, indicating the number's been ported. This is coming in red, indicating we believe the number is being spoofed. As I scroll down further, I can see other agents before me have recently indicated suspicious activity for this member ID. I can also look at the notes that they've added. For example, needed help with out of wallet questions. They weren't able to answer several of them, didn't know obvious pieces of information. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start asking questions with the security details. Now, in the event that the person did not authenticate and maybe I don't know who it is, I certainly have a search feature up here at the top right hand corner where I could look up the member ID, maybe by credit card information, by member first name or last name, even social security number. But I found a match. I just need to be careful with it. So I'll start asking these out of wallet questions. So apparently, this is Tony Stark. So I'll ask Tony, do you have a joint member on the account? What is your relationship with that joint member? Can you tell me the date of birth of the joint member? And Tony did not get that correct. Scrolling down, you can see a series of other out of wallet questions we can display for your agents depending on what your core allows us to do. I could ask Tony, do you have a credit card? What type of credit card is it? He got that wrong as well. Okay, now I know I need to be on my best behavior. This is a little bit fishy to me that he doesn't know these pieces of information. So the next thing I'll do is I'll select the proper member because this does have a joint member on the account, and I'm going to choose Tony Stark. That's who it sounds like. Tony, I'm going to send you a two-factor authentication code. What would you like me to do as far as sending it? I can send it to your mobile phone or I can send it to an email address. Notice, pay attention to this part. This is a drop down box. Your agent is not able to fill that information in. We're pulling this directly from the core. If we were to allow agents to type in those information pieces, it'd be bypassing the point of this aspect of security. So I'm going to ask Tony, can you go ahead and read that code back to me that I just texted to you? And as he reads it back, I can say he got it correct or incorrect. Now, if he got it correct, I can go ahead and click on the correct button. If it was incorrect or I want to resend it, I can do that as well. If this is something that I still feel is suspicious, I can also choose to go to the caller identity button on the left-hand side. This is where I can fill in information, mark it as suspicious, and update the notes. And the reason I would do this as an agent is because the next time this person calls in trying to social engineer their way into another account, the next agent who receives the call will be able to see that in the display history, either from the member or the interaction phone number that it's coming from. It's sort of like two sides of a coin. Important to point out that I can flip to the from for the display history. If this really is a social engineering attack, they may have been trying to hack in to other member accounts. Now we'll go ahead and take the happy path here and presume that everything is okay. One of the things Tony says is, "Boy, I felt like I was interrogated. There's got to be an easier way to authenticate me." And I can say there sure is. We can do biometric authentication. Now, Tony has already registered his voice, and that's fine. If Tony decides he wants to opt out or delete his registration, I can certainly do that. This screen or this panel would look different if Tony had not already enrolled in biometric authentication. The agent would be able to click a button to enroll Tony where they can start speaking. And once we get that voice print, which is measured in numerical formats with our vendor that we're working with in this example, then the next time they call in, we'll do a match. And if we find a match, that'll make the authentication process much easier. So what I'll do in this case, just to show an example, is I'll go ahead and click on the microphone here. Since Tony is already authenticated, if we think back to our scenario, I might want to do this as another potential layer of authentication. This is agent initiated, and we're doing passive authentication. So you can see as Tony was speaking into the phone, it was measuring his voice print against what's already been registered. And now we can see that the voice has authenticated the member, so the agent's life is much easier, very engaging, very easy and straightforward to do.